Girbeagly!
Hey there guys and gals, it's Girbeagly with another vlog, and I am exhausted right now. I'm probably the most tired I've been this year. I'm like just dead on my feet essentially. And it's due to the fact that April's been the craziest month I think I've ever had as a YouTuber and a Twitch streamer. It's just been wild as far as all the things that I've been doing. If you guys keep up with me over on Twitter or on my Twitch live streams or via these vlogs even, you know that I went to PAX East earlier this month, which was a great experience. I went to Boston and I got to meet so many of you guys and I got to hang out with friends and it was just such a good time. But like doing all that social stuff and running around a convention hall and everything like that is really, really draining. And then right after that, I went to Boston Children's Hospital, which was great. It was really, really amazing. I had an amazing experience when I was there visiting the sick kids, getting to play video games, getting to do a whole bunch of wacky, goofy things. That was a really good experience. But when I got home, I was dead tired. And then from there, I had like a week and a half, 2-ish weeks to prep for the trip that I just got back from yesterday, which was down to Memphis, Tennessee to see St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And the reason I got a chance to go on that trip is it was for the St. Jude Play Live Summit. For those of you guys who don't know what the St. Jude Play Live event is, it's a fundraising event every year that raises money through gamers and Twitch streamers to help fund the St. Jude Children's Hospital. And it's incredible. It's a really cool event. I've done it for, this will be my 4th year. I started back in 2015. So yeah, 4 years. I did 15, 16, 17, and now 18. And I'm really excited. It's gonna be incredible. I always have a good time. My campaign's already live for the fundraising. But this was the first time that I was ever able to actually visit the hospital. This was the first time I was invited to the summit. And the summit was a bunch of us, a bunch of Twitch streamers getting together and being able to tour the facilities, see exactly where the funds that we've raised have gone. And that was just incredible. It was one of the most emotional experiences I've ever had. I got to meet some of the families that have been affected by this. I've gotten to see kids walking around the hospital, see exactly what the mood and the environment and the atmosphere was. And I got to meet a bunch of really great people, both Twitch streamers, hospital staff, families of sick kids, like so many incredible, powerful, amazing, wonderful people. And it was a great time. It was a really great time, but it was emotionally draining. It was very, very tiring. It was socially draining. After coming hot off the heels of PAX where I had to meet so many people, it's like, I'm very much an extrovert and I love meeting people. It's like my favorite thing to do is to like make new friends and to talk to people who like watch my content and things like that. Like meeting you guys is my favorite thing about going on trips, but I am drained at this point. And combined with that, the fact that it's just really emotional subject matter going into a kid's hospital where all the patients have childhood cancer, that's heavy stuff. That's really heavy stuff. And I mean, I couldn't be happier. I'm very, very happy to have gone on this trip and to have had this opportunity. And it's thanks to you guys, it's thanks to your support that I was able to even do it. And that means a lot, but I am like ready to chill out here at home. I'm so happy to be home. I'm happy to be back with Morgan, here with the cats, just hanging out, getting to work on my own content at my own pace and just chill out before my next trip, which is coming up sooner than I want it to, but I get a little bit of a break here. But anyway, what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is the fact that right now the campaign is live. I have a link down below in the description. If you guys want to donate to the cause, you can do so at any point, whether I'm streaming or not. But St. Jude Play Live basically raises money to help make sure that families who have kids suffering from cancer never have to pay a single cent for the treatment, the housing, the food. All of that's covered by St. Jude's Hospital, which is incredible. I love the idea. I love the mission. I love just everything about the organization. Seeing it live was incredible as well because you walk through a hospital normally and you're used to seeing, you know, sick patients in like hospital gowns, like being pushed around in gurneys, having IV bags sticking out of them, just looking miserable. You get that hospital air smell and everything's like sanitized. It's like all white and bright and just clinical looking, and it's not a warm, friendly place. People look hopeless. And I have to say, with 100% confidence, that is not how the patients at St. Jude feel. All the kids there that we saw were laughing, smiling, like playing around with each other, having a great time, as great of a time as they could, because they were in an environment where they got to forget that they were a sick kid and got to remember that they were just a kid. That they're a kid, they're getting the best of the best treatment, and on top of that, there's not just like the white bright lights and the white bright walls. It's like bright colors, big, bold, beautiful colors everywhere. Kids aren't pushed around in wheelchairs. They're pushed around in like model cars. And there's this amazing air filtration system that keeps it from smelling like a typical hospital. And that might sound like something that's like weird for some people, but we were being told the story by the staff while we were there about how some kids in a typical hospital setting, you know, when they're older as adults and they're out in the real world and they get sick, they'll avoid hospitals because they'll go into a hospital, smell what it smells like and go, oh God, that triggers some memories, some bad memories of when I was a sick kid. And St. Jude makes sure that they're taking that extra step to make these kids as comfortable as possible, whether they're a patient or not. And that's amazing that they go that extra mile. And walking around the grounds, it's incredible as well. There's no signs up that are asking for donations. It's nothing like that. Even though it's a donation-driven organization, that is not the culture. They don't pressure people. They don't try to guilt people into helping. They are thankful for what they're getting. They don't ask for more. And as a result, it feels natural to try to give them more, especially when you see what they've put effort into. They have the state-of-the-art treatment center that's like one of a kind in the entire world that treats brain cancers and like isolates tumors and makes sure that like brain tissue isn't being damaged when they're doing these operations and these procedures. And that's incredible. And once again, none of it's paid for by the families themselves. The donations, those go towards funding those things for these families. They have on-campus housing in these apartment complexes we got to tour that are like these 2-bedroom apartment complexes where the families get to stay. So in the morning, their kids will go off, they'll get their examinations, their procedures done, and then they get to go back home to their family in like a home setting, in like a place where they can feel comfortable, hang out, watch TV, cook a meal, just chill out with their family and be a family unit. And that is incredible. Once again, it's just like one of those weird things you wouldn't expect from a hospital that is something that St. Jude just so naturally does. They just want to make people feel comfortable, the families and the patients. But we got to do so many cool things. We got to tour those facilities. We got to help with this like gaming event where some of the kids came out and they played games. They played like some Super Smash Bros. And some Mario Kart. JP, my friend JP and Patrick were there. I got to hang out with JP and hand out popcorn to the kids, and it was a really good time. It was so good to be surrounded by a bunch of other people who have the same goal as me and the same outlook, who just want to make a difference. And that was another cool thing that I got to do while I was there that sort of tied in with this. I got to do a tour of the National Civil Rights Museum. The National Civil Rights Museum, for those of you guys who don't live in America and don't know our history, is very important to this country because it's basically an exhibit that's been built around the idea of Martin Luther King Jr., who was a big civil rights activist. We have always had issues here in the country where African Americans and the black community have not been treated with equality, and civil rights, the ongoing civil rights movement, is there to try to support that notion that everyone deserves equality, whether you're white, black, blue, green, whatever. It's one of those things that we're working towards as a country. It's a very big hot button issue. Obviously, I don't want to get political about it or anything like that, but it was such a cool place to be. It was really, really cool. It was very historical, but it had this overwhelming message. I can't even speak. That's how tired I am. Can't words good. But it had this amazing message there that I took away from the exhibit of indifference is the enemy. It's not necessarily hatred, it's not necessarily people showing aversion to a certain idea, it's indifference, because there's a lot more people who are indifferent than there are people who are outwardly hateful towards an idea. And I'm not saying that people who don't donate to a cause like St. Jude are hateful, but some people might be indifferent. They might go, that doesn't concern me at all. You know, I don't care about that cause. And that's completely personal preference. That doesn't necessarily make you a bad person. But indifference, if everyone in the world was indifferent, causes like St. Jude, causes like the National Civil Rights Movement, those wouldn't exist. So the fact that there are people fighting for the greater good is incredible. And so what I'm planning to do this month, as I do every single year, is through the rest of the month of May, I am going to be raising money for St. Jude. I'm not gonna be doing it super actively for some streams. You guys don't have to worry. It's not gonna be super sappy and emotional every time I go live. It's not gonna be me being like, donate, donate, donate every 5 seconds. It's going to be mainly normal streams. I'll be fitting in some gaming. I'll be chatting with you guys and just chill Q&As like I normally do over on Twitch. And that's what I'm gonna be doing. If you guys wanna donate while I'm doing those things, more power to you, but I'm going to organize one of the weekends in May as like our big push weekend, where I do a bunch of wacky challenges. If you guys actually use the link down below in the description, you can check out the page I've set up via Tiltify. Tiltify is a great organization as well. I got to talk to some of their reps while I was in Memphis, but it's a platform that essentially means that when you donate money, none of the money touches my hands at all. It goes straight through Tiltify's website to the organization. So there's no weird issues of me having to transfer the funds myself. I don't like doing that anyway. It makes things very icky for taxes because it looks like I've made income. So I'm very happy with Tiltify just sending the funds directly to St. Jude. It's a really cool website, but it has a milestone timeline up top. There's like a bar that shows my goal. And if you guys remember last year I raised, I think it was $2,100 through this community for St. Jude. And that was incredible. That blew me away because I think I planned on getting like 500, and we just kept raising the goal over and over. So knowing how much the community's grown since then, I'm pushing for something pretty ambitious. I'm pushing for $5,000. I'd love to hit $5,000. It seems huge, but here's the way you can think about it. If every single one of my Twitch followers donated only $1, we'd blow it away. That goal would be gone immediately, and we'd be able to do that with $1 out of each person's pocket. I mean, if you want to think about it in a different way, some people who don't donate are going to be averaged out by people who donate like $20. People who go, you know what, I buy Starbucks every day. I can forgo my coffee, my $4 coffee for like a week and then donate like 20 bucks. So that's going to even out. And that's another thing I wanted to touch on is people who don't donate, don't feel bad. You're donating by watching this video right now, by supporting me. By supporting me, you're supporting the cause. By going to the streams, you're supporting the cause. Especially, like I said, when I do that big push one with the goal of the $5,000 with that big bar, which is already partially filled, by the way. People have already donated $230 as of this video, which is insane because I have not really made a big push for it yet. And that's really, really great that we're already off to such a great start. But there's going to be incentives as far as donations go. At every $1,000 mark, I have something funny lined up. You guys can hover your mouse over the bar, the goal bar that's on that page, and you'll be able to see those milestone incentives. They're really stupid. They're everything ranging from me playing Overwatch with only Hanzo, who's a character I hate playing as. He's absolute garbage. I'm sorry, commenters, you can fight me down below, but I don't like Hanzo, so it's gonna be torturous and you guys can watch me just rage for that portion of the stream, all the way to Morgan doing my makeup, which is something this channel has begged me to do for like 3.5 years now, I think. You guys have wanted my girlfriend to do my makeup. So that is going to happen if we hit that 5K goal. I think we can do it. I think it's going to be a really cool time. But yeah, I'm going to arrange the details. I'll have those in a future vlog so that you guys know when that event is actually coming up. If you want to donate in the meantime, you can do so whether I'm online or offline. You can do as little as you want or as much as you want. But even just spreading the word about the campaign, even just watching the streams, that is support. That's you donating your time, which, believe it or not, you have a finite amount of. And you using any of that, that's a donation. That is support. And that's amazing. So thank you guys for listening to my spiel. If you want to ask more about St. Jude anytime that I'm live over on Twitch, or if you want to hit me up on Twitter, feel free to do so. I'll clear up anything you want. I will give you details as far as what I learned. I'll hit you with one stat before I end this vlog. This is one that blew me away while I was there. Back in the day, childhood leukemia was essentially a death sentence. It was a 4% survival rate. There was a 4% survival rate. What would happen would be if a kid came down with childhood leukemia, a doctor would give a bottle of pain pills to their parents, go home, make sure they're comfortable in their last moments, which is horrifying to hear because no one knew how to fight it. No one was doing anything to make any sort of progress towards helping all kids who were suffering from it. St. Jude opens their doors. Today, kids who go in there get to leave. 94% of patients who have childhood leukemia, the most common type of cancer that kids get, walk out of their doors healthy, and that's incredible. Not only that, but every time St. Jude has a breakthrough in the medical field, they share their research results online. They're a research hospital for a reason. They share those publicly online at no cost so other medical institutions can use their procedures, use their technology, use their methodology to apply to their own approaches and make sure that this is something we're fighting together around the world. We are getting rid of cancer. And that's incredible. That's like one of the most amazing things ever. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be the point I'm gonna leave with you. Hopefully, hopefully you sat through the whole thing because there was a lot there, and quite frankly, this is really important to me. This is something that has personally affected my own life, and I'm sorry for the super long vlog, but I just needed to unpack everything, and I hope that you guys enjoyed what I had to say. Anyway, guys, if you did, please be sure to hit the like button, share the video and favorite it. Also, be sure to subscribe to me if you guys haven't already. For those of you who have, thank you so much for all of your support. You guys are the best in the world. I love every single one of you, and as always, it was great seeing ya. Bye-bye.
Girbeagly.